So in the top right hand corner we have Oddbobs playing as Inquisition, opening first double scout, not doing the standard initial engineer. And in the bottom left hand corner we have Revenant Clo playing as the Eldar, opening double builder first and going first aspect ball. See what his guardian choice is. One defenders and one storm guardians, so we can have a mix of guardians and an early fleet of foot.
We will fulfill our duty.
Quite an interesting map, not one I've played too much on in the past. It has, I would encourage people to send their armies in this direction or up in this way, because this is where all the expansions go. You've got the relic, 3 rec points up in this way, and the other way all you have is just a critical point. To build mines maybe here, where they might come in and attack, maybe a turret or something, and expand most of your army in this direction to get all these points. So that's what I'll be expecting. Inquisitorial Watch, triple generators, very close together. So Oddbobs clearly being a little risky, but he's banking on not being attacked right in the back there. Got double archivists. I've struggled to pronounce that, archivist. Double archivists working on this Inquisitorial Watch. And how many scouts did he get? Okay, just 2. I'd say he's understaffed on bodyguards. Just the 2 bodyguard squads. When you've still got all of these points that need capping, I'd definitely go for 3. 2 guardian squads, both going up the top. 3rd one even. So we got the not even guardians, dire avengers. So early combat unit. Nice. And pretty much mirror actions from these guys. He'll want this one capping as well, so I'd take this one and cap the front one. We'll see what's happening now. Grey Knight's teleporter. Started work on it as soon as possible. That's good, and it's always risky playing against any faction which has a strong opening in tier 0 if you're playing as Inquisition. So he's quite lucky he's playing against an Eldar here. Generally speaking, it takes Inquisition a long time to get out their tier 1 because the Grey Knight teleporter simply builds so slowly and the archivists are such a slow builder. So you really have to be confident before you go for this. That you're not going to be killed off in tier 0. Getting his expansions. A little bit late for my tastes, but they're both getting them regardless. Relic timings.
How can we help?
A little bit ahead for Inquisition.
All Eldar must answer the
Guardian defenders, I believe, will lose against bodyguards. Bodyguards just a very solid unit. They're like miniature space marines. Nice and tough, good damage, good melee.
All Eldar must answer the call.
And these guardians are going to struggle. He's taking on 4 there with just the 2 bodyguards.
What is your wish?
Very tough scout unit here, nice shooting unit. Perhaps not quite so good as Mandrake, but still a very good scout unit. How many has he got now? 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's going to quite a safe build, getting lots of bodyguards up before he finishes his Grey Knight Temple. And straight for Purgators, that's what you want to see. Out of any Inquisition really. In most circumstances, Purgators are the best way to go.
You called us back.
Name the task and it will be done.
Answer the call.
And Revenant with, interestingly, a double aspect ball. See his economy, he can't really support this, so I think that was a mistake out of him. Perhaps he was anticipating having more money than he thought he would. Getting his tier 1 up, more generators planned. Really want to get yourself another engineer, wherever he may be, and queue up another generator, rather than having it wait for something to be completed. So I'd just build one here, generator here, and a webway gate, because that will stealth it and you can transport troops around. And you're going to want one over here, because you won't want it on the front line, because if they push in and crush the front line, you're going to want to teleport back in somewhere out of
We
their
are
sight.
ready to fulfill our role in this play.
So that could be quite nice.
You have need.
Double ranges.
Return to defend the craft world.
Good unit selection. Where are these Purgators? Possibly stationed in the Grey Knight's teleporter. Yes, they are. And just ecoing up safely. Moving all of his bodyguards down to this side. And that's a lot of bodyguards now. It's a tough army.
It is merely a matter of faith.
Your Xenos warp
Transmission received. Carry on to the Alliance salvation.
Rangers getting a few knockdowns. Always difficult to push into ranges. I would fall back here if I were Inquisition right now. Rangers just do such good damage. Wait for those Grey Knights, which will probably be teleporting in any time now. Still in the tube, still in the teleporter. That's a huge loss for Inquisition. A lot of scouts go down. Perhaps only 1 or 2 Eldar. He lost a Ranger. And I think that's about it. Perhaps a Guardian squad. Yeah, the Guardian squad that was here. But not a great engagement for Inquisition.
There is no excuse for heresy.
Let's see here. Dark Reapers.
We are the
Another staple mainline combat unit. So building a lot of strong shooting choices here from either side. I gotta say, I do not like this this big row of generators. Just one little flyer comes in, shoots one of them, all of these go pop. No time to respond. And Eldar moving his army. Interesting. And what you gotta be thinking now is Inquisition can drop anywhere he wants. He ought to make use of this to be aggressive. So what Eldar need to do in response, generally speaking, is have webway gates positioned around the place so they can move their army to and fro and respond to wherever the Grey Knight player will want to drop. But both players playing fairly passive, quite safely, just ecoing up, getting more of their mainline combat unit. A lot more Dire Avengers here now, and striking Scorpions. So quite a varied army here from Crow. Bunch of different infantry aspects here.
How may we serve the craft world?
And the aggression first comes out of Crow. Now I want to keep an eye on this. Okay, he's dropped them off to add more squad members, it looks like.
watch over us.
He's going to want to respond with these sooner rather than later. Upgrade for bodyguards, I'm not sure about this. Lots of infantry upgrades.
We shall be
Getting more Purgators. And Scorpions successfully decapping the relic. Vehicles, Wave Serpents coming out. And once again, both of these guys putting their power generators unnecessarily close together. Quite an easy fix for that. Nothing that can't be fixed. He's going to have a very solid wreck income with both of these. Take a look at economies. 162 income here for the Inquisition player. And only 124 for Eldar. And even more power as well for Inquisition. So he's ahead despite losing this point. His general macro of economy has been stronger.
Our eternal watch shall not fail.
And selecting a star cannon here on this Wave Serpent is Crow. And going for a push in now. Scorpions in front. Looks like it could be a big engagement coming up.
I am the hunter. They the prey.
And I think here, I guess Grey Knights is just waiting for the optimal time to strike, and when the army is split in a line like this, perfect timing here. Getting right in and killing the shooting units first. Good play here from Oddbobs. Line grenades going off, taking down the morale. But the sheer firepower of 3 Purgator squads, even with lost morale, is going to be deadly. The stealth of these guys doing work, but too far a teleport for my liking. Stun grenades. And I think only 1 or 2 Purgators going down in that engagement.
Walk the path less traveled.
Super efficient trade there from the Grey Knights. Just Dark Reapers and Rangers slain all over the place.
I have used the shadows. Now you cannot see me.
You cannot imagine what we have seen. Danger has found us.
Bodyguards pushing on the top side. Guard gonna be successful.
The burden of leadership lies with us.
Crow retreating his force in response.
Inverse grav drive to maximum.
I love that ability. The archivists just jumping through the air,
I am courageous.
getting quickly to their next point.
Darkness.
These bodyguards, with their upgraded melter guns, just storming through. Decapping points and just causing a lot of trouble for Crow. Falcon Grav Tank coming out, War Walkers. What else is planned? All 3 Grey Knights are in the tubes. We could be seeing a drop here. A nice, what looks like a grenade or melter bomb, taking down that damaged Wave Serpent. These bodyguards are not in a good spot right now. All these Dark Reapers opening up at once.
Ours is a just cause.
He's dropped the Grey Knights. Rather juicy spot as well. Oh no. Crow's army is on the move during this, and that's gonna, oh. That's brutal. Nice stun grenades. Grey Knights retreating out of it, so just hugely good trades from these Purgators. And using that teleport to get in close to the base. And that is something very hard to deal with. These Purgators. Generators will all go up in a single blast. Eldar coming back to try and recover the situation, but the sheer firepower of all these Purgators, and going for the headquarters even, an ambitious move, but nah, playing it safe, going after the units, taking them down one by one, and I think Grey Knights are going to take this game. Yeah, it's getting very desperate now for Revenant building Guardians out of his headquarters. Does he have Engineers anywhere?
Has found us.
Engineers. He does, up here. He would do well to get himself a support portal, because he has all this power he can use with vehicles, and try and get himself a flyer. Get yourself a flyer, and get on the counter-aggression, and you might be able to distract these Purgators away. A flyer could come in, and it could cause a huge explosion here, and take down several of these urban territories. And the Grey Knight's retreating here. I don't think this is a good move from Oddbob. He ought to go in and just try and finish this off. He killed most of the army, he traded out well, he didn't do anything really stupid, and he could just come in and end this. So, I'm not sure why he's backing off now. Adding a lot of incinerators to all of his Grey Knights now. Yeah, lots and lots of incinerators, but... And this is what I mean when I say resource macro. You see how much power you have, and how little rec you have. This is where instead of building an aspect portal later on, you want to utilize all of this power into your army and get up as many vehicles as you can. And definitely get yourself one flyer, because although Purgators are pretty good at 90% of things, a flyer is something they're not good at. So definitely spend your money and get yourself the flyers that you can get at that tier. Always worth it. And more Purgators. And I'd say this game is over. Getting himself an interceptor squad That will help him detect the stealth to any sneaky rangers. Will get killed off.
Our path.
Any striking scorpions will get shot on their way in.
We are shaped by fate just as we shape it.
And Crow here, using what power he can, upgrading his requisition points, but this really looks to be over in my opinion. Four urban territories. 2 librarians, interesting. Medkits, yeah. Even more upgrades for his Grey Knights. But, still, if Crow were to get out a flyer and hit these generators, this would all go pop. And you keep moving the flyer about, big pesky and annoying with the flyer. These Grey Knights will be run amok, but I don't think that's going to happen. And the Grey Knight number's just building up and up and up. Perhaps a lot more than this is necessary. Both players with the Slag Depot. And what units is he buying? More Scorpions, yeah. You can never compete with such low rec into an economy with Grey Knights. You're going to need some good vehicle options to utilize this power. Load up his Grey Knights. I expect he'll move these in, yep. And then while they're engaging, he'll use that sight range to drop in these ones waiting in the teleporter. 6 ready, and this looks to be the final push here from Oddbobs. Here he goes, straight for the headquarters, dropping in his Grey Knights, and that's going to be game. Even taking down the tech first. All those incinerators just murdering these buildings. Another teleport straight on top of these guys, I expect. A couple of stun grenades, putting up some resistance, but futile at this point. And that is going to be it. Last 2 production buildings here for Revenant. GG. Well played, Oddbobs. And an interesting game.